Hey, Charles Oynett here with IGN, and I am playing a warrior right now in Guild Wars 2, currently in closed beta. The game is supposed to come out sometime in 2012, no specific date yet, although definitely 2012 is what we've heard so far. So the warrior can heal. The warrior is not committed to only combat moves, like every class or profession, as they're called in Guild Wars. There is a heal functionality, so you are a little bit survivable, but of course the focus for a warrior is going to be on weaponry, and you can see my warrior here is going kind of nuts. Great character animations on the model here, really nice lighting effects, really cool art style throughout. You can see the little sun effects through there as well. But what I'm going to show off in this video is basically the World v World mode. So this character is only level 4, not very high, the cap is 80. But what I can do is go to this PvP tab and go to Be in the Mist, which will transport me to a PvP lobby of sorts. I'll stay in the lobby, and there I can customize my PvP character that can go fight in instanced arenas and things like that, capture point arenas. That's why you see I now have a gun. The warrior, by the way, has a huge range of weapons to pick from. Sword, hammer, longbow, axe, greatsword, mace, rifle, warhorn, shield, and then harpoon and spear gun for underwater combat. A lot to do there, so if you like using pretty much most weapons that you find, the warrior is a good choice. In this lobby, I'm bumped up to 80, so I have a high amount of health. I have all of my skills unlocked, so I can customize all this stuff. However, that doesn't really matter if I'm going to do the World PvP, which is basically huge teams from servers that fight each other in a giant capture point arena, which I'm going to go to now. So I'm going to head over to this Asura gate and travel. I hope this is the right one, because there are several of them. Oh god. Oh god, it's not doing anything. I picked the wrong one. I'm going to go over the purple one that has the gear on it that I can clearly interact with. And head over to World versus World competition in the Mist. So you can do this at any point, really. And this actually has benefits for players not involved in this combat, but who are just running around on your server. You'll get bonuses for XP gain and all sorts of stuff that you can see pop up from time to time, depending on how you're doing on this map. Now this map, and I hope I'm going to be able to show something interesting here. I don't know what just happened. It seems to be loading twice. Oh, there we go. Is huge. This combat zone is absolutely enormous. I mean, I'm here standing in this entry area. There are buildings all over the place. There's this castle in the middle. There's a keep over here. There are smaller capture points all around that provide you with bonuses all across the map. It looks like, I mean, this is supposed to be 3 factions, but I don't see a third faction. I don't know how. It looks like somebody has almost taken over the entire map here, but we do have the center. Anyway, you can travel around by going to these waypoints, but in the I just wanted to show off the vendors real quick here, who are over here. You can buy things from them, including there's a bank, trading post, and you can also buy siege weaponry and stuff like that. Here's a repair guy. Weaponsmith, armorsmith. This is all within the PvP World versus World combat. Stat training, and then merchant for gear like this. So you can buy blueprints for arrow carts, ballistas, catapults, siege golems, and trebuchets. You pay for them. Those are actually pretty expensive. It's not, at least in the early parts of the game, it's not easy to get that much money. Anyway, then you put together some supply, like 30, 20 supply out in the field, which you can pick up from various locations and then plant it to set up these siege weapons, which is important because that is how you topple the doors that that lead into these keeps and things like that. It looks like there is combat happening here and here, so I am going to waypoint over to this central castle, which is not easy to take down, by the way. It is filled with NPCs. So attackers will have to fight against not only a team that's trying to defend it, but also the NPCs that are within the structures themselves in order to actually take them over and take control. You can see this event notification come up, alerting me that I should probably go over here and help. I think I just spawned next to the Lord of the Keep somewhere. I don't know what that guy's doing. He's just standing there. Or maybe I did not. Anyway, I'm going to go outside. Yeah, you can see up here the Castle Lord is basically the boss of the castle. He still has a full health bar. And then there's supply in the depot that can be used to sort of reinforce positions or assault positions if you're trying to take it. Here's an actual supply depot. And then it looks like what ArenaNet has done is actually cut imaginary holes in castle walls, so you don't necessarily have to go over all sorts of ramps and stuff like that. You can just hop through these magic holes, and there you go. I'm on the outside of the castle. It's just for convenient travel purposes. Now it looks like there's something happening over here, which I need to... Whoa. I don't know what that guy's doing, but I'm not going to mess with him. He looks enormous. All right, so here are some invaders. These are the guys we're fighting against, and there are a lot of them. Yeah, you can see performance dipping here, but that's only because there is a huge assault happening over here. Now, this isn't necessarily... Oh. Looks like somebody's going to try and kill me. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out of this. I got to close range. Oh boy. Yeah, it's not going well. I need help, or I'm going to be dead. And there are birds all over my face, and I'm dead. I can try to revive through this mechanic, but it looks like somebody just basically fatality'd me on the battle lines there. Oh, I'm getting healed by someone, so I'm going to return. I don't know if they're going to make it out of there without getting killed, but we are pushing them back a little bit, and he had to heal himself, but he's back to trying to revive. Anyone can pretty much run up to a body and revive it, so that is certainly convenient, especially in large-scale PvP like this, where numbers on the field are so important. And I'm back. And I'm going to heal myself very quickly before I get hit by a flock of birds on my head again. That is not what I want to be happening. So I think, yeah, you can see a catapult sitting over there, sieging basically these doors over here. I don't know if we can really do anything considering how many people are standing over there. And I do have one ranged attack with this current skill set. Your skill set depends on the weapon that is currently equipped. So I could pop in a hammer. I don't really have anything unlocked for the hammer. Buckler or something like that. But this is the character I was using before. So, I mean, you can see 80 in parentheses, but this is basically my level 4 character. It's just been buffed up with more health. There's that bird again. Oh, hey, buddy. So I'm going to throw a sword at this guy. Ow. I don't know why he attacked me on that one. And here comes a whole nother wave of attackers, so I am in a really bad position. This is probably why these guys have been able to take over most of the map, because they have a huge squad running around right now. Kind of wish I was on their team, but I am not. But this is kind of how combat goes in World versus World. You can see Power of the Mist. This is their bonus that they're receiving. I have them highlighted in this case. So you get all of these additional bonuses if you're doing well in the World versus World combat. It looks like for some reason our team is kind of standing over here. Their combat zone is moving this way. I don't know if there's another one, another zone of combat that's really ongoing right now. It looks like maybe most of their guys are over in this area, and I don't know if we really have even enough people here to really repel them. But that is the nature of this zone, and that's what encourages you to sort of jump in, is the fact that you are auto-leveled to a degree, so you don't have to worry about having the right gear, although you will certainly be at a disadvantage because you're bringing over your character's skills. Like, I have all of these skill slots are still locked on me from your PvE game, so you are using your PvE character, but the good thing is you can actually gain XP and stuff like that and progress your character. Hopefully I don't die. I didn't. So it's not like a completely separate mode where you're using a different character like in the PvP arenas. So I don't really know if we're going to make much of an effect on those guys. It looks like everyone's kind of retreating a little bit there. Oh, looks like they're now all inside of this keep, so that tower is probably going to fall. I'm going to head up onto the ramparts here. Now I do have 10 supply on me, so what I can do with that is build. So I just, I don't know if you saw that, but this bar increased a little bit. My supply is gone. So let me see if going back and gathering supply from this supply depot here will actually build that up. And I mean, this is how you would typically work with somebody else. So I have 10 supply now, and then I can go back. And I'm not gonna do this the whole way through because I think that would take a while. And it doesn't look like anyone's really gonna help me out with it because nobody's really around me right now. But I can then add this back to this mortar, and there we go. That's how you build defenses essentially with supply, and that's what this is talking about, supply and depot. So I'm gonna try and head back over to this battle area. It looks like, well, there you go. They've taken the gulch. They've taken that structure and apparently moved up there or something. I guess they're trying to steer clear of this castle just because it is such a large structure. You can see people messaging throughout on the team that are saying where they're going, and I imagine once this game goes live, just because of the global bonuses bestowed by how you're doing in this mode, I assume this is going to be a pretty major focus for a lot of people, since it is just this crazy open world PvP that actually contributes to your progression. It seems like a really cool way to have fun in case the events against PvP, or I'm sorry, player versus environment quests that are in the base game, in case you want a change of pace. Although those quests are still a lot of fun and really creatively designed, but you don't get these huge swarms of people fighting against each other, although they do happen to be in kind of overwhelming amounts right now. You can see somebody using a mortar here to kill that large tree creature for some reason. Yeah, they're definitely moving up toward maybe this Ogre Watch building. Let's see what they're saying. Doesn't look like we really have that many team members around. So, I mean, I could head out there, but I don't know if it's going to have much of an effect. So I'm actually going to warp back here and see if I can at least get in the middle of a fight with those guys, even though they'll probably cut me down almost instantly. But this just gives you an idea of how quickly you can run around. Here's the Keep Lord, so here's the guy that you eventually have to fight. That's pretty good. Cannot be knocked down, launched, or pushed back, or crippled, or chilled. Level 86, so you definitely need a lot of people to get together if you want to bring down one of these major capture points on the map. It does look like their team is heading toward Ogre Watch. I can run out there. It's going to be a disaster, but I'm okay with that. Obviously, I mean, this is still in beta, so it's not like, you know, you get the full experience here. But with an organized team, you know, this could be a really interesting mode of conflict and become one of the primary parts of the game, especially maybe once you've leveled your character all the way up and are looking for something to do in endgame. I mean, certainly, at least at this stage, compared to something like Ilum, the end-tier sort of PvP world in the Old Republic, this is much more sophisticated, and even though I'm not really finding anyone right now, and I appear to have cornered myself on these cliffs, unfortunately, that I can't really jump off of or I'm going to die, that's kind of what happens in Ilum anyway. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. Nope, didn't die. I'm going to heal. But yeah, I mean, there's a really cool dynamic to this once you actually get huge teams of players going up against one another. Oh, and I just dropped into a pit of earth elementals that will probably kill me if that guy catches up with me, which he might. Ren seems to be kind of lazily chasing after me, so I'm just going to keep running. There's ogres all over the place, and it looks like, yep, there's definitely a huge fight happening over here. They have way more guys than we do. We're chasing one guy up the hill. I'm going to see if I can get into Overwatch Post here without them noticing. Yeah, repel the enemy attackers. That is not going to be as easy as the game is indicating. Here we go. So, oh, they put traps up. Let's see if I can get through here. Yep. All right, so now I'm inside the base. Our base that they're trying to attack, and I'm going to see if I can get up on the ramparts and look down at what's happening here. So they are killing everything outside. They're trying to get through the gate in front, which actually has a huge, a lot of hit points on it, so it takes a long time to take down. There, you can see them all slamming on the door. I'm really not going to be able to do anything from up here. I have no support. I don't have any siege weapons that I can see, unless there's something I don't know of. So everyone's just going to pretty much blast at this gate area until it completely explodes. And yeah, we're sort of the worse for it. You can see there, here's the gate. You have that many people throwing that much damage at it, and you can see the rate at which it's decreasing. So it does take a while to encourage your team to group up and come up with some kind of counterattack, which I don't think is going to happen right now. I'm going to check the map. So it looks like we have like 5 people over here. Up 6. So that's happening. So I think this base is pretty much lost. But I think that gives you sort of a general overview of what's going on with World PvP, why it could be really interesting, even though in this part we're totally outnumbered. And how this could be a really important system and game mode for the game once it eventually launches sometime in 2012. So for a lot more on Guild Wars 2, on classes and other PvP modes and how things work in the PvE game, you can check out IGN.com or check out IGN's YouTube channel.